Russian army launches major attack. After suffering heavy losses in recent days, the Russian army recently planned a major assault to somewhat improve their image by recapturing lost positions. Tanks, armored vehicles, infantry. The Russian forces began their large-scale attack. The first response came from FPV drones targeting the infantry carrying armored vehicles, bringing the convoy to a halt. However, the infantry, seizing the opportunity while attention was on the vehicles, began advancing towards Ukrainian positions. The Ukrainian army, with FPV operators tracking the infantry, launched its first attack, successfully neutralizing most of the foot soldiers. The remaining ones started to flee into the forest. As 4 Russian BMPs approached from behind, the first one was hit, causing the personnel and the others to abandon their vehicles. The remaining vehicles became easy targets for the drones, and all were systematically destroyed. However, the supporting forces managed to escape. With the arriving reinforcements, Russian infantry launched a mass assault on Ukrainian positions. On the Zaporzhzhia front, Ukrainian mortar crews and drone operators were determined to resist the attack. First, the mortar crews loaded their ammunition and took careful aim. Although this shot did not directly harm the attackers, it halted their advance. Next, it was the FPV drone operators' turn. Several soldiers were hit, but the others continued. Their goal was a sudden raid to seize the Ukrainian positions. Another successful shot came from the artillery. Some tried to retreat, but they were not fast enough. FPV operators were closing in on them. Friends, if you, like us, want Ukraine to win, write Slava Ukraine in the comments. Russian soldiers whose vehicles were destroyed and who had nowhere left to hide were picked off one by FPV drone operators. The Ukrainian Army's 151st Mechanized Brigade's Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Battalion is on duty. Fiber optic FPV drones successfully identified and destroyed a Russian crossing point in the Kupiansk direction, then penetrated deep into critical Russian positions, attempting to deploy on Ukrainian territory. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications as we continue to provide the latest news. Stay tuned, and later you will see incredible footage of the Russian Army's electric scooter squad's sudden raid on Ukrainian positions. Additionally, they rendered unusable the Russian army's patrolling vehicles positioned around these strongholds. The crew of a Leopard 1A5 tank from the 1st Tank Battalion of the 5th Separate Heavy Mechanized Brigade opened fire from their hidden position on buildings where enemy infantry were concealed in the village of Donetsk, Donetsk region, hitting their targets precisely. Ukrainian soldiers detected a mine while on duty. They tried a different approach to avoid the mine, which almost ended badly, but luckily no one was injured. Ukraine's 13th OG Brigade Karetia is neutralizing Russian soldiers swimming with drone-dropped munitions. The Moscow soldiers have once again understood that they cannot establish themselves or move freely on Ukrainian territory. South of Udachne, 8 Russian soldiers using electric scooters set off to attack a Ukrainian base. However, they were spotted by an FPV operator en route and came under drone fire. Noticing the situation, one soldier swerved off the road into the greenery while the others followed, ducking into the trees for camouflage. From the Russian soldiers' conversations among themselves, we understand they were on their way to destroy a bunker, along with all Ukrainian soldiers inside, that they had previously attacked but failed to fully eliminate. They tried to move faster by abandoning their gear. One was wounded but still moving. They ran onto the road towards a waiting vehicle, but there was no escape. A Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicle hunted down the Russian scooter team. reconnaissance unmanned aerial vehicle from Sirocco's operator group of the 14th Separate SBS Regiment observed 2 unsuccessful attempts by a TOR-SAM system to shoot down an attack unmanned aerial vehicle. Subsequently, an unmanned aerial vehicle with a target detection system successfully struck the SAM system in the Kursk region. In the Kupiansk direction, the Ukrainian army, using fiber-optic FPV drones, destroyed the MLRS Type 75 that the Russian army had acquired from North Korea, targeting the 429th UAS Regiment Achilles. They demonstrated once again that no matter which country or proxies Russia brings, they will not endure in Ukraine. We will continue to show the real face of war, sharing truths from the field instead of propaganda. Your support is very valuable to us. See you in the next video. Slava Ukraina, Heriam Slava.